Hello, this is Russell from
Homes of Evil.
and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle Sports and Gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Black Knights, Demigods, and Magneto. Oh my. That's what I was looking for.
There we go.
It's like one Avengers song or another. All right. I was too worried about the intro. All right. That's right, kids. Welcome back to episode 4 of Marvel Tales. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Hercules is number 1 fan. Well, number 2 fan after Ray. It is
Justin the Owl. coming in to wrest the ebony blade from the Black Knight.
Hey, Oaks. That's right, kids. Tonight we are covering Avengers 47 and 48. Volume 1. Volume 1, kids.
The original.
Yes.
Going back to the double digits of the Avengers.
I know. In the Volume 1. From 1967. So close, Lil.
Yeah, so close.
I'm trying to remember. I thought we had a point that, I remember saying either something big, like a show was coming for some of these issues, or hey, we just love this. I'm like, why did we? I know we wanted to pick the first appearance of the Black Knight, but why?
Well, I love him, and I couldn't remember actually reading these issues. It had been so long. I can't remember this. And I remember Magneto was in them, but that was about all I remembered. So it was more for me to go back.
Oh, okay, okay.
But also, I heard murmurings that he was going to be in a future MCU project like Blade.
Yes.
Like when the Blade film, is that coming out at the end of this year, or is it next year, Phil? The Blade project?
As far as I know, I thought it was like the end of this year, but again,
that's what I thought too.
You never know.
So that was another reason I thought, because I heard that he was going to show up in that next after we saw him introduced in Eternals. And I thought, oh, cool. Well, if he's coming at the end of the year, we should talk about him a little bit.
Yes, and as you said, there'll be a quick little appearance by Hercules.
Oh yeah,
beardless Hercules. just happened to appear in this issue. We're not pandering to anyone or anything.
Yeah, no.
It was
Just a
really
cameo
nice
appearance.
package.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of meat.
Beefy.
Olympian beef. All right. So, all right. Let's jump into these.
Yeah.
All right. So, yes, Avengers 47 tonight from cover date December 1967. Magneto walks the Earth. Writer Roy Thomas, penciler John Buscema, inker George Tuska, colorist Stan Goldberg, letterer L.P. Gregory, and editor Stan Lee himself.
Stan Lee. Stan Lee and old Roy working together again.
Excelsior!
Giving it the old once over. That looks good. All right. On the Stranger's homeworld, Magneto and the Toad plot their escape as their captor, the Stranger, has lately become disinterested in them and preoccupied with other concerns. Magneto's abilities enable him to sense radio waves emanating from Earth. Yes, it wasn't. It was like in some early X-Men. Yeah, the Stranger just like took them, and it's like, oh, we'll never have to worry about Magneto again.
Yeah, I think that was when they were trying to write him off the first time. Like, we've got to get rid of this guy. How are we going to do it? Oh, we'll have the Stranger come along and be like, ooh, pretty shiny toy. I'll take him away and call him George and pet him and stroke him and love him.
Whoa! But yes, he's lost interest in these.
He got bored.
He got a new toy. Didn't he say the Abomination?
That's right.
Host of Gamma Charge. Yes, he's out of the Abomination.
Yeah. That was his new George for a while. I shall call him George and stroke him and pet him and love him.
These other pets bore me. I got a lizard.
I'm surprised he never found Zemnu. I thought that Zemnu would
yeah.
be perfect for the Stranger's little menagerie, but they never crossed paths, I don't think.
Oh, there was all kinds of D-listers and when we were doing Quantum Zone and
that Quasar issue.
Yes,
yeah,
it was like
remember
a four-parter. Yeah, there was all kinds of D-listers in that and on Stranger's Home World.
I love that one. You could tell in that issue Mark Gruenwald was just having so much fun with all this because he loved all those D-list characters. Yeah, I love that issue. That was so much fun.
But meanwhile, the Avengers are stunned when Captain America announces that he's resigning. He curtly tells the Avengers that he's leaving to live his own life and wants nothing more to do with any of them. Even as he stalks away, Cap regrets his words and worries about how his now ex-teammates will think of him, but he can't tell them the real reason for his departure. I know, it wasn't part of it. He was just like, oh, I didn't want them to... I tried to act rude, so...
Yeah, so they won't beg me to stay.
So they won't feel pity. And I'm like, that doesn't seem like Cap to me, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, that whole scene was very strange.
I mean, he has his own book, doesn't he? It's just like, can he just be like, yeah, I got tons to do, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm going on hiatus. Call me if you need me. I mean, that could have done, right?
Old backhand Pym and his lady are back. I mean, I can leave.
I think this is before the
backhand.
Oh,
this is way before. Yeah. That's not till like after 200. Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is before Yellow Jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was a sign of mentally secure person. Yeah, just because he first shows up at Yellow Jacket and he's like, yeah, I killed Hank Pym. Yeah.
Yeah, I was rereading the Kang Dynasty omnibus.
Oh.
And I forgot that he brought Yellow Jacket back for that. I forgot about that. I was like, oh, wow. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in this story, Hank was rocking the blue and gold.
Yeah, is it Goliath already?
I think it was Goliath. When he shrinks down at one point, the ants call him Ant-Man, but I guess they just recognize his pheromones and not what he's wearing.
I guess, yeah, because it's like... Yeah, he was Ant-Man, but it's like at one point he was Giant Man, another point he was Goliath.
Giant Man, Goliath, yeah.
Then eventually Hawkeye becomes Goliath.
Someone else was Giant Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty free and loose with the names over at Marvel.
Was that Black Goliath?
For a while, yeah.
Oh, God.
Black Goliath. I think I watched a movie called that once.
Whoa! It's okay, Lil. Oh my god! Wait till you hear. Salty and was that Salty and Petty? We did that. We did two last night. One, she was like, or was it after the episode? She was like, oh no, it was on an episode. She was explaining to me how to find porn on Twitter.
Oh, it's very easy.
I know. She's like, especially after a certain time. I was like,
oh yeah. And if you know the right names to look for, you could go on a loop for days.
Oh my god! And again, listen to Salty and Petty, but it's just like, yeah, if any of you know how to make a realistic android love doll, I mean, you can name your price for World Hellfire. Seriously, especially if it looks like Joe Manganiello.
Joe Manganiello can get it.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Is that a sentient tongue? It's a giant-sized man thing.
Now you feel Ray's pain, Lois. I'm not even there. Speaking of Ray, Hercules returns to Greece after discovering a possible way to get back to Olympus. He sets out to traverse the dimensional barriers. Hail.
Ooh. Oh my.
All right, here we go. Here's what Justin's waiting for. In England, scientist Dane Whitman reflects on his private shame. His uncle was the supervillain known as the Black Knight, a member of the original Masters of Evil. The Black Knight died after falling from his winged horse during a confrontation with Iron Man. He died in Dane's arms after confessing to his criminal deeds. Dane hopes to make amends for his uncle's misdeeds somehow. Iron Man was all like, "Yeah, you and the horse you rode in on." Black Knight. All right, but Dane's traitorous assistant Norris accidentally sabotages his most recent experiment, enabling Magneto and Toad to escape back to Earth from Lab World.
Lab World.
After subduing Dane and killing Norris, Magneto plans to revive the Masters of Evil. Although he decides to ignore Mastermind for the time being, he sends a coded message to Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. The twins travel to Whitman Castle and fall into Magneto's trap. They refuse to rejoin the Brotherhood, but Magneto is confident he can persuade them. Magneto and Toad then depart with their captives. So that's the first issue. Just looking at these notes here. Dane Whitman becomes the Black Knight. Doesn't become a full member until Avengers 71.
That's right, yeah.
And then after this, Cap's in and out. I mean, he shows up in Avengers 51, 52, 56, Annual 2. Doesn't return to full-time active duty until Avengers 93, though.
Oh, wow. Was it that late?
Yeah.
93.
But again, he pops in and out. But yeah, he's not until 93.
Yeah, see, when I started reading Avengers, he was a full-time member. I think he was a permanent member. I think it was, the lineup was Wasp, Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk.
Oh, yeah, that's the 80s.
Star Fox. And, yeah.
I think that's the era Will said he started reading Avengers, and he read Avengers religiously until a certain point in time. They kind of knocked him off permanently.
Bendis.
I don't think he's ever come back.
Yeah, I can empathize with that completely.
It's yeah, Wolverine and Spider-Man, yeah.
Especially after Kurt Busiek's tremendous run.
Oh yeah.
Avengers. Like if it hadn't come directly after that triumphant run, especially with Kang Dynasty and all that stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, at this point, Magneto doesn't know Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are his children.
Yes. When I was going to ask too, when was that big revelation made?
I remember them referencing it. I think it might be is it the first Scarlet Vision and Scarlet Witch miniseries, maybe?
Oh, the first one. Okay.
I think maybe. Yeah, but that's not like the early 80s, so I'm like, was it that long?
Yeah, I could have sworn it was earlier than that, but
I think it's something stupid, like, they start realizing, they're like, wait a minute, they're like, oh yes, he must be. You look a lot like him, Pietro.
The silver hair was a dead giveaway.
Exactly.
I love how ugly they make Magneto look in this too. Both him and the Toad are both like hideous.
Oh yes, because they're evil.
They're evil, ugly bad guys. Especially on that last page where the Toad's leaping up in the air. Yeah, we'll show him, Master.
Meanwhile, then you get to like the 80s and like Jim Lee, and he's like drawing like an 80-year-old Magneto, like he's like like 25.
Yes.
He must
all that magnetic energy keeps him young.
Oh, he must have been like came and gone already. Scream it!
Oh, scream it! Hey, Russell.
Maybe he heard. Maybe across the country he heard us say abomination.
Scream it!
Oh. So somewhere him and Lilith are relaxing in different parts of the country, drinking their Mountain Dew.
Yes. Different flavors of Mountain Dew, too, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, that's the one thing I don't know is what flavor she drinks.
Yeah, I thought she liked the different ones, the different flavors.
No, it never goes with brown liquor. Kids, wait till you hear Salty and Petty episode 4. Lilith Hellfire took herself on a date last night. I will go into no more detail.
I've got to hear that one.
Mm-hmm. Or she was about to. So.
Oh, I see.
Yes. It says here there's references to X-Men 11 and 18. So yeah, I thought it was like around then. Yeah, 18 I think is when the Stranger takes Magneto.
Yeah. And was that I think that was the first appearance of the Stranger too, wasn't it, in that story?
I think if not that one, it was like, but some of those early X-Men's, if he made it, he might have made an appearance before that, but yeah, he did. I think that is his first ones,
if not, yeah.
I love the era of Stan where all the aliens were just look like men, but just they were giant, like the Stranger, Galactus.
Right, they were huge, or they had weird mustaches.
Or
Yeah, he's
giant
alien
horned
'cause he has-
helmets, yeah.
He's alien because he has a funky mustache.
Yeah. but they all still look like old white men, yes.
Yeah, Caucasian.
Exactly.
Caucasian aliens, everyone. Yeah.
They were big and they had giant mustaches.
We're doing me now.
Alien life forms. Oh, I'm so tired, kids. All right. Any thoughts on this first one, or do you want to jump to the next one?
Yeah, I forgot there wasn't a whole lot in this one. Yeah, it was like a brief intro to Dane Whitman, the character.
Yeah.
A little bit of a flashback. Some stuff with Biscuit Hercules. Clean-shaven Hercules. Yeah, and all this stuff with Magneto and the Toad and Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't...
And Captain America's little meltdown. I thought that was so weird. I was like, what are you doing, Cap?
Yeah, because I hadn't read these in many, many years. I think it was part of a collection. It might have been the Essentials. Remember when they used to put like the black and white copy?
The black and white collections.
I think I read this in those, and I just probably was like just passing through.
Yep. Yeah, I used to love those. That was how I read the first Moon Knight run originally. Was it one of those?
Yeah, I got that first Moon Knight one too. Yeah. It had the stories from the Hulk magazine too. Yeah.
Yeah. And those look so good in black and white.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot that happened in this one. I mean, yeah, I forgot about Cap's little meltdown in that. And it was cool to see this lineup of the Avengers, though. I like this early lineup.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, this cover for 48. I mean,
oh man, yeah.
The Black Knights. I mean, the costume changed a little bit, but almost. When you see him in modern times, it almost looks like in this one he has the cape on inside out because the cape is yellow.
Right, yeah. But that's really the only change. Everything else is pretty much the same costume. Except in the 90s, they had those... Oh, I hated those stupid leather jackets that they put on the Avengers. Oh, man, didn't I hate that? It looked so stupid.
And he had a lightsaber.
Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, the costumes have been pretty much the same thing.
Oh, yeah, the leather jackets. It's like... Some of it made sense. I mean, Cersei was literally wearing like a bathing suit. And it's just like, oh, here's a jacket.
And Black Widow, I mean, it kind of looked good on Black Widow because she just had that gray bodysuit at the time. So
yeah.
Like, yeah, well, we'll put something on over that. Cool. But like to put Crystal or the Black Knight in that, this looks so stupid. Gosh. Yeah, I don't like theme. Like the one thing that irritates me is theme costumes for superhero teams. When they all have identical costumes.
Oh, yeah, like those original X-Men costumes.
Yeah. And when I saw this new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
They're going with those ugly damn costumes from the Indy landing. Like, oh, man. I started shaking my head immediately. I was like, here we go. We have to look at those ugly-ass costumes for 2 hours. All right.
I know. For the MCU Guardians, that makes no sense. I mean, unless there's a story point, but still.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the identical costumes for superhero teams. I think it's stupid. The only time it ever looked good was when Alpha Flight did it very briefly in the early 90s.
Yeah.
They kind of all had themed costumes, but the way that they were designed actually looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it makes sense, but everybody else is so dumb.
It makes sense for Green Lanterns, damn it. That's about it.
Well, that's different. Yeah.
All right. So, Avengers 48 from January 1968. The Black Knight lives again.
Lives again. He's back. This time it's personal.
This time it's nepotism. Writer Roy Thomas, penciler and inker George Tuska. It's a colorist uncredited. Letterer Artie Simic and editor Stan Lee.
Roy.
I was about to say, wait a second. Well, where did I hear the name Artie Simic recently? I think Lilith and I just did a Spider cast on Amazing Spider-Man 11 and 12, the original 11 and 12.
Oh, yeah.
When Betty Brand's brother gets killed. And yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, he definitely would have been in that one.
Then the next issue when Dr. Octopus unmasked Peter Parker, and it's just like, this can't be. Where's the real Spider-Man?
Betty Brant, aka the Bride of Mephisto. Right?
Oh, just wait till that episode. Yes, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I'm on board for this theory. I totally think it tracks.
Oh, we really jump into that. Yeah.
With Betty Brant's history, if you read between the lines, it makes absolute sense.
Oh boy, this is a short synopsis. Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch are held captive by Magneto, but Quicksilver manages to send a distress signal. Hercules continues to search deserted Olympus for clues. Hawkeye, Goliath, and the Wasp receive the distress call. Meanwhile, deciding to use his uncle's inventions for good, Dane Whitman becomes the new Black Knight. He goes to the Avengers to help them, but mistaking him for evil, they attack. Dane becomes angry when they do not believe him, so he flies off on his own. That's okay. Oh yeah, and in this issue it refers to his horse as Pegasus, but in Avengers 54, the name is given for the first time as Aragorn.
Aragorn, right.
Yeah.
After Lord of the Rings, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, again, your classic Silver Age. Oh, they attacked me. Ah, screw them. I'm not
Yeah, screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah, there are 2 lives hanging in the balance, but screw you guys. I brought Magneto to Earth, but you can take care of me.
Well, admittedly, I mean, he didn't really announce who he was.
Well, no, they saw the
Like,
Black Knight coming from a mile away, and nobody knows he's taking over.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't know that his uncle's dead. I mean, they saw his uncle, or the Iron Man presumably told them that the original Black Knight fell, was presumed missing or dead, but they never actually saw him die. So, for all the Avengers know, this could be the original Black Knight in a different costume.
Exactly.
So it's completely understandable that they attack him. I don't understand what Dane was thinking.
Again, I don't know. I'm like, what was the point of bringing in the Black Knight? And then they're like, oh, I'm not going to help you.
Bye, guys. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I wonder if they were on a push to get some more new characters at that point in time.
Maybe.
Some new heroes.
It's so. I was thinking about this. It's so weird because I'm like, did they think Ant-Man and the Wasp were going to be bigger than this? Well, pun intended. But because like with all the Tales of Suspense and all those other books, I mean, they spun off Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk. They spun off everyone else. But meanwhile, it's like Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne really never got their own book.
Yeah, they kind of were relegated to this. Yeah. And that part with, I had to boo Janet too because she was wearing some fur. The part where they were in the casino and she shrunk down. She said, "Oh, my new mink stole." Oh no! I was like, "Oh, boo, Janet."
I know, but it was a different time, and 2, she was supposed to be a little,
Oh, she was a socialite. I know.
Yeah.
I thought more of Janet than that.
But I think that's why they had Captain America quit the team, because as I've heard from industry for writers, it's like, it is a lot easier to write a team book when no one has their own solo book, so you don't have to be like,
that's true.
What's going on over there?
Yeah, you don't have to consult other writers and editors and find out what they're doing. Yeah, because Iron Man and Thor weren't in this either, really.
I love when Hawkeye's like swinging to the mansion and stuff, and all those people in the street are like, "Here, sign this. This is my sister.
Give me an autograph."
And he's got to be at least 2-3 stories up, and then they're like, who needs him? That phony.
Why can't he hear us?
Why isn't he stopping? Why isn't he stopping at mid-swing to sign my autograph?
It was cool to see him doing some Spider-Man stuff too, swinging around through the city. I was like, "Oh, go Hawkeye! There you go."
What a loser. He's no Captain America. Is this the issue 2 when was Hawkeye? It was one of these Hawkeyes, isn't he talking to the Black Widow, and he's just like, "Get off my case, Dame. Captain America, quit the Avengers." And again, it's like you would never see the Black Widow like this these days, but she's just like, "Oh, Saba."
Oh, yeah, she was all crying on the bed. It's like, yeah.
When she retired, and it's just like, "Oh,
retired,
maybe they love the Black Widow."
Yeah, and she dyed her hair. Her hair's black in this instead of red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought it was funny, too, when Magneto kicked the Toad. "Silence, you grotesque, groveling gargoyle. They can be of far more use to me than you could ever be."
Nice.
Yeah, it's a dick move from Magneto, punching Quicksilver in the face.
Yeah, this could have. I mean, especially with Scarlet Witch, this could have gone way wrong. He doesn't know that those are his children. So yeah,
Right. I know, that could have been terrible.
he seems obsessed with them. I'm trying to remember if we ever got a story like that where he's just like a little too obsessed with them, especially her.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh
yeah, just don't do it. Yeah, and her hair was a different color in this as well.
yeah,
It was
hers is
like
darker
jet
too. Yeah.
black as well. I thought, what's going on with the colors here? Somebody got their hands on a bottle of black hair dye. Apparently went crazy.
I think they did that for a while, but I mean, I'm trying to remember when they, went to like the brown. But it's like, does it kind of track? Because right now, I mean, when did they come up with the whole, I don't know, Romany thing? Because again, right now, are they just like Eastern European or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they had put a whole lot of time into their origins at that point. Had
No,
they?
I don't think.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, he scooped them up out of some European country. Yeah.
I think old Roy was doing his best to kind of flesh out a little bit of their origins as much as he could at the time.
I mean, unless someone's just with somebody selling black hair dye is making a huge profit off of half these female characters.
The Avengers love that stuff. They buy it by the caseload.
Jarvis is like sides of his head.
Just a dab here, just a dab there.
Oh yeah, and I love how Quicksilver escapes and it's like calling for the Avengers. What's he calling? It looks like he picks up like a little microphone, but then looks like Jarvis is picking up a regular telephone, like a
rotary phone.
I know exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Wait, is it? Oh, the auxiliary phone.
Oh yeah, of course it's their auxiliary phone
Because no one took the call on the lower level.
Yeah, I also like the little flashback with Dane's uncle, the first Black Knight. How he kind of survived that fall, but didn't.
He survived just long enough to
long enough
to crawl to an abandoned farmhouse, call his nephew, have his nephew carry him, and it's a safe thing. It's just like, you must use my inventions for good instead of evil, like I did.
Yes, it's not too late for you. There is another Skywalker. And if you look at Dane Whitman in this issue, and then look, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 years later, he looks completely different.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you look at the bottom of like page 11, when the uncle's on the deathbed, beseeching him. Yeah. I mean, he looks like,
Man Mountain Marco.
Oh, but yeah. Oh yeah, real filled out face. Yeah.
It looks like he's ready to bend your fingers backwards.
Wild like an animal.
I wish that he had kept that lance thing, the power lance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought, the ebony blade is cool and all, but it's kind of limited because you can't really, well, for one thing, it's not a ranged weapon, and for another thing, if you run into somebody who, like a robot, let's say, or somebody who's not a robot, you run into the whole problem with the ebony curse, which we discover later on. If you cut somebody with that blade, then things start to happen to you.
Oh, yeah. And then they mention about, the reprinted stories about the old, the original Black Knight from King Arthur's court and stuff. And I'm like, that wasn't him, was it? Because wasn't there stories where, he time traveled and he was, back in,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did one or two of those time travel things.
Yeah. Oh, and then, what is it, in the 90s when him and Cersei left the Avengers, where'd they go, the Ultraverse?
They went to the Ultraverse for a hot minute before Marvel bought that and garroted that whole company.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, think about how many characters we shipped off in the 90s. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into this later, but it's like, we shipped off Black Knight and Cersei, and then we did the whole Heroes Reborn thing, which... even Justin won't touch. I mean, your little new best friend, because she's like, she loves you because you'll do all the 90s stuff I want to do that she doesn't want to do. But even he won't touch. Touch
I
Heroes
draw the line at Heroes Reborn and 0 Hour. Those are two that I will never ever go back.
See, she'll do 0 Hour, Hale.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But wait till you see some of the stuff we get to this year, kids. Especially a certain month. But I'm just.
Oh yes.
And you'll be like, "He'll touch that, not Heroes Reborn."
Wait till you hear April, folks. We got something special lined up for that month.
I don't know if the joke's on us or on you, folks, but oh my god, can you imagine? I don't know if Russell listens, but if Russell hears that, he'll be like, "It's the damn Hulk 2099 all over again."
I gotta rub that one in.
No, Russell, we're not doing Hulk 2099
all
month long in April. Even I couldn't handle that for a whole month.
Oh my god, just his reaction. I don't want to go through that. Today we're doing Hulk 2099.
Number 1.
Never again.
Never again.
Poor
Russell. He was such a good sport with that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that Magneto just like raising Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch up. Let me remind you once again of my magnetic powers.
Yes. You forget who I am? Well, you kind of look like our dad, but...
Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah, then, Hank Pym and Janet come back from Vegas after stopping that guy from cheating.
Yeah. I love that little side plot at the casino. Random. No. But it makes sense that Janet would be in the casino.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But then they get back to Avengers headquarters and, she changes into her bathing suit.
Yeah.
I love every guy's basically covered head to toe except for like the bottom of their face. And yeah, she's.
I remember years ago there was some website that had like a whole gallery of all of the different costumes that the Wasp has had over the years. I couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah,
if it still exists, but it had like a picture of every single costume. I couldn't believe it. I can't remember how many there were, but it was amazing.
I'm trying to remember, except for like that first red one she had. I don't know if has she ever had like one that maybe in the 80s she had like a yellow one, but yeah, for a while it seemed like I think they had her like every story like changing costume.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think at Avengers West Coast she had one for a little while.
Oh, the blue one, maybe. Yeah,
it was like a blue and white one or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, she changed them like pretty much every week. Which makes sense, yeah. If you're the Wasp and you got that much money, why not?
If you can afford all that unstable molecules, yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, this was a good issue. It was weird though, like we were saying, how he just kind of took off at the end. He's like, "Screw you guys, I'm going home," and then that was it.
I know it's weird, except for like introducing the Black Knight. This issue's basically like an interlude because even like once Goliath, Wasp, and Hawkeye are there, it's like, oh, how are we gonna find Pietro and Wanda? We don't know where they call it from.
Yeah, it was more like an interlude from the Magneto story, which they focus again on in the next issue.
I mean, I would assume they knew they had more plans for the Black Knight, but it's almost like, you like that Black Knight? All right, and let us know. Maybe we'll use him again sometime.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, you might see him again in the pages of the Avengers.
Or is it just like, he pissed us off? Maybe he's a new villain. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe the Masters of Evil are hiring.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, he does call the horse Pegasus. There's Avengers Mansion. Oh, yeah, Hawkeye shoots it. Hawkeye's the first one, shoots an arrow at him. Those fools.
Naturally.
Those fools.
Shoot first and ask questions later.
Why they're attacking me, even though I'm dressed like someone who's tried to kill them. And the Wasp ricochets off that lance, makes it accidentally fire. Don't you hate that when your lance accidentally fires off a shot?
Oh, unexpected. Never a good time for anyone involved.
I love what. Yeah, the shot accidentally fires and like hits the chimney because Goliath's like, that chimney, some sort of laser beam demolishing it. Hawkeye, who gave you the first clue, Nancy Drew?
He grabs that thing and throws it.
But even Hank Pym, he's like, at first I thought maybe it was a new Black Knight because he looks different, but he's like, no, he attacked us.
No, he's got to be evil.
And then Hawkeye's like, I'll fire some more arrows at him. And Pym's like, no, you might hit some of the buildings behind you. So he calls in all the ants and bugs and stuff.
Yeah, it really is a good issue. It's just, it's kind of weird the way that it was set up. Yeah. It kind of feels like this whole confrontation with the Black Knight should have been kind of in the middle of the comic book, and then the stuff with Magneto could have been like put at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, because wouldn't it be cool if like the Black Knight like went with them to help beat Magneto, especially since he brought him to Earth? But, you know.
Exactly, yeah. That would have been a great way to kind of shoehorn him into the team, too. Have him help them against Magneto. Because Magneto's powers don't work against the Ebony Blade, so that could have been like, oh, yeah, you're not going to turn my sword against me, Magneto. Your powers don't work. But maybe they did that in another issue.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord, no, I was just thumbing through 49. Oh, my God, the Wasp is wearing such a 60s dress in this.
Very 60s. Yeah.
It's like a black dress with like white something or other hanging off it everywhere.
It's the mink stole. Let's get that mink stole on.
Hank and Jan, the original Sonny and Cher.
Before it all went wrong.
Oh, yeah. Behind the Avenging. And then in the summer of, what was it? Sometime in the 80s, Hank Pym had his next breakdown.
Yeah.
That's when things got physical.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jan.
And I swear, how many other characters have had like shady stuff like that in their past? And it just seems like Hank Pym is like the one, like, you never forgive it. They never forgive it. They'll forgive everybody else, but not Hank Pym.
Yeah. Even tried to kill himself at one point, and after that in West Coast Avengers, he almost blew his brains out. Yeah. Hank's been on quite a journey, hasn't he?
I know. I don't know. It's just like they didn't know what to do with him, especially when Scott Lang comes around. It's like, oh, we have an Ant-Man again. And
yeah. Well, let's make him Yellow Jacket and see how that goes. Oh, okay.
Maybe it's because, I love that old West Coast Avengers run, but I like them as just Dr. Pym.
Me too. That was my favorite incarnation of him, when he had that big the red jumpsuit on with all the pockets, and he could just pull out any old gadget that he wanted. And it was
man,
fantastic.
He had a hovercraft in there. It's just like, here.
Yeah.
Laser gun.
And it was great.
Uh-huh.
Used to love that little hovercraft. It looked like one of those little bubble things from G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Trouble bubble things.
Is that a hovercraft in your pocket? Or you're just happy to see me.
You can enlarge anything, folks.
Wow. Oh my God, but how can you not love that old West Coast Avengers? It was him, Wonder Man, you got Iron Man in and out of there.
Tigra. Yeah. Hawkeye, Mockingbird.
Okay, so we mentioned
Night.
there we go. There's the trifecta. I was gonna say we've mentioned Hercules, we mentioned Tigra, now we've mentioned Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I think we know who this episode is dedicated to, don't we?
Yeah. His ears are burning as we speak.
Bubble,
and Hercules is looking like a biscuit in this one, too.
Oh, my.
Tusker can draw quite a biscuit Hercules with that clean-shaven face.
So.
Oh, my. Hercules stepping right out of Archie Comics here.
Who's the better biscuit, Hercules with beard or no beard?
Definitely beardless.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm not into the beard look.
Do you think maybe they were afraid for most of his history over there, we want him to look ancient, so maybe we need to give him a beard or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think that was also a decision to make him look different from Thor at the time. Yeah, because they were both clean shaven at that point.
Yes, yeah. But Thor was a blonde.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's your favorite god? Yeah, that's so weird. It's like modern superheroes running around with gods. Now we have medieval knights, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Yep, and mutants. It was quite a hodgepodge mix of characters back in the 60s.
Like you said, I wonder if they were looking for the next big thing to hit. Yeah,
because at this point the Avengers membership was still just in the, I think, single digits. I don't think they had gotten over 10 members at that point.
I was going to say,
maybe they had.
Yeah, because the Black Panther didn't even show up at this point, did he?
Well, he might have, but...
Oh, this is before Vision, because I think Vision is like another, like, maybe 10 issues away or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is pre-Vision, too. Yeah,
so the roster was really small at this point. And I think after I reread this, I was thinking, well, maybe that's what they were doing. They were kind of testing the waters with new characters and new heroes to see who was popular and who could be a good fit for the team to fill out the ranks a little bit, so that you could have characters like Captain America go off and do their own thing in their own book for a while, and have all the supporting characters have their own book in the Avengers, and have Cap and Iron Man and Thor and people like that come in from time to time when they needed a hand.
Oh yeah, I wonder if they were trying to recreate, the formula of the Fantastic Four, where it's like, yeah, none of these characters individually have their own books.
Right. Yeah.
Because I always found that weird, because I think they said Stan Lee created the Fantastic Four to compete with the Justice League. I'm like, wouldn't they? I mean, they came later, but wouldn't the Avengers be the?
Yeah.
Unless that's what it was. It was just like, yeah, the Fantastic Four is really not analogous with the Justice League. So.
No.
Yeah, because Justice League...
That's more of a family rather than a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Justice League was those characters with like their own individual books and stuff, so...
Right. Yeah, no, I would call the Avengers more along the lines of a rival to that theme than Fantastic Four. Yeah.
So yes, we must make a team of members who have their own books.
Right.
And Loki must bring them together to fight the Hulk hiding out in the circus.
And it worked.
That's a robot.
Excelsior.
All right, Justin. Any other thoughts on any of this?
No, it was also cool to see Magneto show up in a book that wasn't the X-Men.
Yes.
I always liked it when he showed up to plague like Captain America or Avengers or Fantastic Four, even like just somebody other than the X-Men. I always thought that was cool.
Oh, or even like that Acts of Vengeance issue from Captain America when Magneto comes after the Red Skull.
The Red Skull, yeah. That was one of my favorite issues of that whole that whole story.
And you really cheered him on this time because it's like, hey, yeah, smack that Nazi around. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mark Grunwald wrote such a great Red Skull, because he really showed what an ass the Red Skull was. I'll never forget in that particular issue when Magneto tracks him down. The Red Skull hightails it to this little secret elevator.
Yes.
And as he's going down the elevator, he gives a Nazi salute.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I'm like, you.
Yeah, you a-hole. It's like, guy who's in a concentration camp. You're giving him,
I know. You're going to give him a Nazi salute on the way down. Well, what do you think's going to happen? Oh, yeah, that issue was perfect because it showed just what an ass the Red Skull is.
Oh, yeah, I love Mark Grunwald, Captain America. We can cover that anytime.
Yes, it's the best.
That's when he was in that's when he was in a clone body of Captain America. He's like, who? Well, I'm not the original Red Skull. Who, me?
Yeah, who, me? Yeah.
Oh, Red Skull was giving it to all the villains back then, because like later on, what was it, like a year or so later, Streets of Poison, when he
him and Kingpin.
Yeah, he gets in a fight with the Kingpin. Yeah.
Kingpin sits on him.
No, he like falls on top of him. Yeah, man. Oh. So, you know what he gave? They gave him that finishing move. He gave him the old Kingpin titties.
No, I invented that, you dick.
As Russell,
a full face full of them.
As Russell so lovingly puts it, yeah, Kingpin titties.
They're deadly weapons in certain states.
Over a year ago, you dick.
Poor Red Skull, though. Every time he goes up against another supervillain, he gets his ass kicked.
He's a Nazi. F him.
Like Dr. Doom, Magneto, like Kingpin, like they have all wiped the floor with the Red Skull. Like he's such a loser.
Doom, that college dropout. And once again, kids, keep your eyes tuned or your ears tuned to Ultimate Spider Cast, because I'm serious. Me and Lil think Betty Brant is like on a Dr. Doom level manipulator there.
The Bride of Mephisto.
No, that's Aunt May. No, Lil said Uncle Ben's Mephisto.
Yeah, or Satanish at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
One of those other ones.
Oh, my God. Are you reading any dark web, like in the Spider books right now?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God. Mary Jane and Black Cat are in limbo, and they just ran into Belasco. I'm like, I never liked this guy.
Oh, Belasco.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of him in a while. Yeah, is he still kicking around in limbo?
I guess, yeah. I'm like, I've never been a big fan.
Really? I thought he was kind of cool with the missing arm.
Maybe depending on the story, but I'm just like,
There's one I really liked in the Fantastic Four
Oh,
when they went
yeah.
through limbo and they had to deal with him and Master Pandemonium. That one was cool. But yeah, I think it depends on the story. And
Oh, yeah.
how did that go with Mary Jane and the Black Cat? dealing with
They're still kind of in the middle of it, but I mean, it's a good story. I mean, well, Mary Jane and Black Cat being written right now by our good friend Mr. Jed McKay. So,
Oh, well, yeah.
yeah,
Then it's going to be good.
yeah. Oh yeah, I love his stuff. That's strange. Of course, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's been excellent.
Of course, Moon Knight. Oh, yeah. I love that so much.
Moon Knight, a guy who
Consistent.
runs around in a white outfit, relieving people of their facial features.
Consistently amazing, Moon Knight.
Keeps fighting vampires. You know what's coming, right?
We've got to get Jed on Alpha Flight, though. We have to do that. That's my new mission, is to get an Alpha Flight comic written by Jed McKay. I wanna
Oh
see that
yeah,
in my
he
lifetime.
said he'd be down for it.
Yeah. Even if it's a limited series, like a mini-series or something, I would still love to see that.
Yeah,
come
give
to
it
fruition.
5. Give it 5. He seems like their magic number anymore is 5.
Don't take him off Moon Knight, though. You can take him off some other book to write Alpha Flight, but don't take him off Moon Knight.
I know. Anytime like we like say, oh, we want to see this book, like that, Jed's like one of the top names on our list. So like me and Loaf, I'm like, I don't want to kill the man, but you know, make this like Jed's 6th or 7th book. I don't.
Well, he also writes that Magic the Gathering one,
Yes,
too.
yeah.
For the other companies, so yeah.
And a lot of these guys, you know, a lot of the guys, you know, have like creator and stuff going on, and
Which I think is fantastic. I love that.
oh yeah, we were talking to Mr. D.G. Chichester again today. He's gonna have something coming later this year too, like a creator
nice.
thing. Yeah, he's not even he's not even telling us about a lot of details yet, but yeah, supposedly he's
I wonder
been
if it's
talking to
ninjas.
artists and stuff. Oh, it better be ninjas.
I wonder if it's ninjas. That's my guess. It's ninjas.
If you're not DG Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
That's right. That is the truth.
We were trying to set it up today because he said Lilith asked him if he's going to be at any conventions, and he said he's looking for some. I said, oh, you should come down here for Steel City Con. I said that's going to be the weekend of my birthday when Lilith is coming up, because we were talking about maybe going. I said, oh my God, how great would that be if he was there, and then me and Lilith together could go see him.
Yes. Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Probably get a lot.
Oh, I hope that happens.
Probably get a live Chichester chats that month, kids.
I love it.
Sitting around dinner or something, be like, did you see what was going on in that convention?
I love that idea. I hope that happens. That would be fantastic.
That way, maybe you could sign Lil's action figure. I got Lilith a couple figures for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
One of them is the Daredevil in the Chichester gray and red suit.
Oh yeah, I love that suit actually. Yeah.
And just to be a dick, I got her a Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure.
Oh. Nice. Are they regular figures or are they Funkos?
No, they're regular figures. Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
What's the other one? Oh, I got her. What's Superman or Bat? The Superman dressed as Batman from Speeding Bullets.
Oh,
that's like a newer, I think McFarlane figure. Yeah,
nice.
But no, she said she liked them all. I think even the Ben Reilly.
I'm sure the figure looked cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They've been doing such a good job with those.
But yeah, Steel City Con. Get Chichester in there.
Yes, that'd be amazing. Could do a live Chichester Chaz. That'd be awesome.
All right. Anything else?
I think that's about it for these two pretty light issues, but I'm glad we covered them, Phil, because
Yes.
like I said, it had been a long time since I read them, and I wanted to see again where the Black Knight started out, because it was foggy for me. I had forgotten.
Yeah, I think
I knew that he got his stuff from his uncle, but I couldn't remember like really where how he started out in this journey of his.
Yeah, I think I read these maybe once, and I had forgotten that it was actually like a deathbed. Oh, you must take my place, but do good, not evil.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that too. And his whole fight with the Avengers, I'd forgotten about that. That they had this beginning battle. Yeah,
I know his first appearance is basically like, "I'm coming to help you guys." You threw something at me. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
That's essentially all that it was.
Seriously.
But it was still fun.
So I remember getting the last page. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, he's giving them the mean mug over his shoulder.
Meanwhile, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are still sitting there waiting.
Yeah, tapping their feet like, "Come on, guys! Magneto's going to start pulling the fillings out of our teeth here in a minute. He'll come and get us out of here."
Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
All right, so this is the last episode for January. So next month, that's right, kids, you're gonna be getting more Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, Scott Lang, Kang
the Conqueror.
So yes, next episode we're gonna be covering Tales to Astonish 27, the first appearance of Hank Pym, and number 35. So
classic.
And then in 2 weeks we'll do Tales to Astonish 44 and 45, the first Janet Van Dyne as the Wasp.
Yep.
And then we'll do Marvel Premiere 47 and 48, the first Scott Lang Ant-Man. And then we will round out the month with Avengers 8 and 11, your first Kang-ish appearances. So
some good stuff on the way.
Oh yeah, I think that's
classics.
I think that Avengers 11 is the Spider-Man robot one, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, which was referenced. What was that this week? Yeah, Avengers. What was it? War Through Time. Yeah, written by.
Did they reference the robot?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
It kind of takes place like right after that. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Written by Paul Levitz.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, art by Alan Davis.
Oh, fantastic! I gotta get that.
Yeah, I thought it was a good start.
Anything with Alan Davis, I'll buy it.
Exactly. So yeah, kids. So lots of Ant-Man and the Wasp and Kang stuff. I guess there's a new trailer for Quantumania. I haven't watched it yet, but like people online were like, I guess MODOK's in it, and people are like, "Oh, MODOK's ugly." I'm like, "Yeah, it's MODOK."
Yeah, do you not know who MODOK is?
He's all head. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to look like that, and it's just a brief glimpse anyway.
MODOK. I can't believe we already have Guardians of the Galaxy, MODOK. I mean, DC can't get a decent Batman or Superman movie to save their life.
Or the Flash.
Justice League. I know.
They can't get one Flash movie out the gate. Oh my god.
Wonder Woman. All you need is a hot chick. Give her a halfway decent story. Oh my god.
Oh, it hurts my soul on multiple levels.
I know. I'm a fan of DC. I want them to do good.
Me too.
But that's why.
And I loved Black Adam. Like I unapologetically loved that because it was fun. It was different. It was fun to look at. It was nice to look at. They did a good job, I thought, with Dr. Fate and the Justice Society, which is what I was really there for.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Hawkman and Dr. Fate made that movie though.
Yeah, absolutely. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have had any interest whatsoever in that.
Exactly.
But I thought it was still entertaining. But yeah, with the exception of the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, which I still think was tremendous, I can't handle it. I just can't. And I'm still going to check out Blue Beetle because I think that's going to be fun. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be kind of like the sleeper. I guess you could say the sleeper hit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the DC stuff. Oh, yeah.
Guess we got to see what James Gunn's going to do.
Yeah.
All right, kids. But yeah, send us your thoughts on all the stuff coming up. You can write to us on this issue.
Yeah, send us your thoughts to the Black Knight. Are
yes.
you excited for him to show up in the MCU as well?
Or how much of a biscuit is Hercules? So write us, Ray. So write us, Ray. Yes. Ray, email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Marvel Tales on Facebook, on Twitter. Find Capes and Lunatics on Instagram. Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network on Hive. The YouTube channel. We have hit 269 and gone beyond already, so help us get through 369.
Yes, we've got a little ways to go, so keep on subscribing.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Help us get to 369. And again, the Patreon. Again, this is our passion project. We're paying for this ourselves, so every little bit helps. But $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats. The newest one just hit Patreon today, so see, you'd have that already if you were a patron.
That's right. Join me in the Patreon elite, because I'm going to listen later tonight to the new Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And again, all the old content is up there. Superhero movie brackets. Enjoy my pain. My year of hell. And again, more stuff is coming. This month, January, Lilith and I are I think next week we're gonna do this or that, where we just ask each other this, that, or the other thing questions.
A Q&A session.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to give Lil some Sophie's choices, yes, email me. Lots of returning shows. Maybe we don't do any more like Wade's World. Maybe some so the Deadpool stuff, some Quantum Zone perhaps. Again, if you're a patron, you can throw us on some suggestions. Justin in the Patreon Elite here has thrown us a few things. So a lot of this year may be programmed by Justin, because I don't think any of the other patrons have sent us any ideas yet.
Come on, Russell and Ray. I know you got a few ideas.
Oh my God. Get like a episode where like Lilith and Russell just sit there and have like some kind of Mountain Dew tasting thing or something.
They discuss the different flavors of Mountain Dew and which one is better and why, and which one is terrible and why.
And Ray, do they have Mountain Dew in Australia? I mean, we had to explain to him who the Kool-Aid Man was, because we were playing the drop, and he didn't know who the Kool-Aid Man was. Oh yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, the Kool-Aid Man with a C." We're like, "No, it's a K. It's a K, bro." Oh yeah. Some of that drop air punch. All right. So yeah, join the Patreon, become a patron, or pick yourself up with Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch, or just randomly make it rain on us with the Cash App link. Lilith Hellfire's personal favorite.
Make it rain.
Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. You know, Lilith Hellfire, former cheerleader, former strip club DJ. Name her profession, she's probably done it. All right. All right, Justin. Besides here, and besides on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, where you join me at the end of every month for We Are the Night, the Batman podcast.
The Batman podcast.
What other podcasts do you do?
I can also be found every month, twice a month, at Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, with my pals Russell and Carl, where we talk about everything to do with the Hulk. And by the time that this episode is out, I think we'll have a new episode out by that point where we talk about World War Hulk. And we also have a show that we co-host with our good pal Ray, Predator and Prey, the Yautja podcast. We talk about everything to do with the Predator, comics, movies, books, etc. And last but certainly not least, Tomes of Evil, a comic book supervillain podcast, has been on hiatus for a few months, but will be coming back at the end of January with a new spotlight. And my project, The Lost Library of Legends, is almost ready. I know I've been saying that for a little over a year on a monthly basis, but I swear it's true. It's almost ready.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Scream at!
Should have been like, I've been saying it for a year.
Scream at!
And Lilith, if you're listening,
cock-a-doodle-doo. That's her favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you request Sentia Tongue. She requests
cock-a-doodle-doo. My favorite biscuit.
These two are the same.
That's right. We're psychic twins.
My children are all the same. Even this one is like my age. Yes, my children. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us again. We're getting plenty of Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Kang in February, so come back.
Quantumania beckons.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, send us your thoughts on the issues. When you see the movie, send us your thoughts on the movie. Cause
definitely. We'll talk about the movie.
Well, I think me, Lilith, and Charlie are going to be covering it, Justin. So if you want to jump in, feel free.
We'll just, definitely. I'll just send in my thoughts.
Until then, make mine Marvel.
Hi, I'm Russell.
And I'm Justin.
And we're from the
Hold up. Listen up, you nerds. Tired of being a little goody two-shoes? Had enough of always talking about acts of courage and heroism? Well, you have come to the right place, I guess. Tomes of Evil is the comic book supervillain podcast, where every month we do a deep dive on a different comic book supervillain, as well as multiple sub-series on some of the most iconic foes of all time, including Darkseid, Doctor Doom, Scarecrow, and...
Name's Hobgoblin, and you're right on time for your funeral.
I better be getting paid for this. So what are you guys waiting for? Bring on the bad guys.
Tomes of Evil, a comic book